You are listening to episode 63. On today's episode, we get to interview another Brunch Pitch participant and winner, actually, of the Harlem Business Pitch, and that is AdriAnne Everett, owner of the Shea Buttercream Diva. We get to learn all about her passion for helping people with their skin based on her experiences with eczema and skin issues of her own and why she created this brand. By the way, if you've been loving our episodes, be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, and please leave me a review. I would love to know, how are you experiencing these episodes? Are they bringing any value to your life whatsoever? And are they inspiring you to go after your purpose as an entrepreneur or wantrepreneur? Let me know. And on with today's episode. You are listening to the sounds of inspiration. Welcome to the Okiki Podcast, where we make inspirational people known. Brought to you by your host, Fian O'Brien. You are listening to the sounds of inspiration. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Okiki Podcast. And today I have a special guest. Her name is AdriAnne Everett, and she's the owner of the Shea Buttercream Diva. I connected with AdriAnne again through the Brunch Pitch, and I'm so excited to hear about her story and her creating this product. She's the winner of the Harlem Business Pitch, actually, and she was a sponsor for the LA Fashion Fest. So thank you so much, AdriAnne, for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So do you mind telling our audience your journey to creating this company? Were you always an entrepreneur, and where did this come from?
I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I've always whatever I could do so I didn't have to go to work. I sold Avon. I did audiobooks, voiceovers. I've had a gift basket business, whatever, as long as I didn't have to go to work. So my children and I have eczema. And when they were younger, we used to use this product that we loved. But then over the years, the quality, the texture changed. And I was like, what's going on? So that's what led me to do some research on what's good for eczema and our melanated skin and the problems that we have, and trying different ingredients and what was good. And I finally came up with the formula that was great for everyone. And that's how it started. Well, it just started for us, like me and my family. Then, when you go out, somebody say, I hate to see people with dry hands. So I'll be like, come here. Let me give you something for your hand. And then they go, oh, that smells good. What is it? And I'm like, oh, this is mine. I make it. Oh, could you make me one? And this person told that person and what have you. And that's how I got started to selling.
Wow. So really, it was a product created out of a personal problem, but it was able to serve other people. And it sounds like it was a very organic process, I guess, initially, of even making it become a business. Mm-hmm. And so just to give our audience a bit of a timeline here, how long have you had this Shea Butter company that you've created?
This is my 8th year.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is my 8th year.
Amazing. And what is the process in formulating? Did you have to get like a commercial kitchen for this? What is the process to actually creating the formulas for people's skin?
Like dry skin, eczema, psoriasis, acne, I researched what's good for those things. Certain butters, maybe green tea butter. Chamomile calms redness and inflammation. Chamomile butter, different extracts and oils, rice bran oil. So, research what my problem that I have and my children have, what we good for it. Then it's also about looking at other brands and what name brands and looking at their ingredients and comparing, those brands that are known to be good for your skin. What's the common ingredient? And then seeing what the benefits are and seeing if I can work that into mine. And then I just make it at home. Eventually, my goal is to move everything out of my house, or if I can extend my house, build on a little, but everything is done here.
That's amazing. So, yeah, when did you first officially launch in a way that you're like, okay, enough friends and family are asking, like, I think I can really set up here, let people know this is what I'm doing? And what was your biggest obstacle in doing that?
I think it was 2014. I think that might have been my first pop-up. It was a natural hair pop-up in Brooklyn. And that was the first time that I did a pop-up. And I think a month later, I did another one in Westchester. So, you hear of different pop-ups, and my sister, she helps me with everything. She goes to the shows with me and everything. So I would ask her, I heard about this pop-up. Do you think we should do it? We should try. So I was like, sure, why not? That's how you can get customers. So that's how we started going out and other people knowing. And then you network with the person that's hosting it or the other vendors, exchange business cards. And then, they may be like, oh, I'm having a pop-up or I'm doing a pop-up. Are you available? And so it's about networking and trying to get different exposure through those people,
Very cool. So there's like a lot of relationship building and live pop-ups, like you said. So where customers live can see you, can see your booth, can see the product and try it for themselves. And so in that growth, did you also, in promoting your brand, was social media any part of that process, or has it been very direct and word of mouth and one-to-one in your process?
It's all of the above. Posting on social media, the process or my products, using social media to follow other people who are in the same business, or following the people that I met at pop-ups. That's how I find out about other pop-ups. So use social media, use word of mouth. That is the big, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't put much effort into advertising. My product stands on its own. So once you try it, you're hooked, which is my goal. It's like I'm the dealer, the Shea dealer. Okay? Then when you have something on and you smell good and somebody else smells it, they're like, what do you have with that? And then they tell them. So word of mouth is my best tool to date. And going to pop-ups and expos, because once reading a description on a site of the scent and actually smelling it, I think scent is a personal thing. Like it triggers memory. Scent is very important because it could trigger a memory of someone or something. It could be good or bad. It touches you. So when you smell it, you go, oh yeah, this is me. You know what I mean? So being at shows and having people smell them and try it, that's, I think, the best thing.
That's really cool. And in your process too, you sell directly to your customers as well. Do you also get to supply other stores that also represent your brand in light of all the networking and word of mouth that spread?
That's my next step.
Okay, awesome.
I mean, I have a white label for a spa, and I do her cellulite scrub for her. So that's my first step. And my next step is to try to get some wholesales and maybe in little boutiques or little stores or something like that.
Very cool. I guess that kind of leads to my next question is, where do you see this brand going in the next 5 years? If you have your dream, dream version of this brand.
Wow. My dream is to get everyone hooked on it. Like I want to be that, like a crack dealer. I want one time, boom, you hooked. You have to get it. I want to get everyone hooked on my product. whether it's by going to pop-ups, word of mouth. I would love to see my product on the shelf of a store because my slogan is luxury for the skin. So I want to provide that luxury without sacrificing quality, without emptying your pockets. Because
Such
when
a challenge. Yeah.
you look at like high-end stores, like I make a face serum. And so once again, it's about research, what oils, what products are good for your skin and certain products. And so you look at the big name stores that sell face serums, $120 and $75. What are the ingredients? Y'all are ridiculous. So I pick and choose which ingredients are good and formulate, and then boom. So it's about that quality luxury product, but it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You know what I mean? So I would like to see that at a store where you can get luxury and quality, but it's not going to be at a Gucci or a Louis price.
Yeah. It's interesting. You're talking about that because it makes me think of how Kanye did that deal with Gap. It was like that challenge of how do you make that luxury look and make it accessible. I feel like that's always a challenge for brands because you never want to sacrifice on the quality, which will of course influence the price.
Right.
And then you also still very much want as many people to have that amazing resource as possible.
Right.
Also, in light of that, how was it navigating your business during the pandemic as well? Given that you did so many pop-ups and how did you have to adapt and change in that environment? And what were some of the new kind of things that came to light in order to support your business?
So my last pop-up was February, a month before everything shut down. And then I got COVID in
oh my gosh,
in March, April. It's fuzzy. But my family, we all had it and was very sick. So I had, right before I found out I had COVID, I closed down because I was like, I'm not feeling good and my family's not feeling good. Let me, close my shop until we feel better. And then we found out. But it was like maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And I had customers sending me, are you feeling better? Are you going to start? What's going on? I'm ashy. I need some stuff. I know you're not feeling good, but how good are you feeling?
Oh my God.
Like,
oh man.
So it was like, all right, okay. So being homebound, everybody's homebound, everybody's shopping, online shopping. It was great for me. It was great. I didn't get to do any pop-ups, but everybody still was buying online. I still have some customers that live in the area or live in Brooklyn, where I'm from, and they will come to my house and pick it up. So, mask, gloves, all right, at the door, cash at me, see you later, still being precautious, but still taking care of business. So I think I didn't start doing pop-ups again until June this year. And I was like nervous. I think I've done 5 since June. And now it's like, I don't know, am I going to do anymore? I don't know. Everybody getting sick and whatever. But for many people, COVID shut them down. But for me, online, it wasn't bad.
So having that online avenue, that stream of income was a very sustainable thing.
Yeah,
in your
I think
situation.
if I was a store, it would have been different, but online when everybody's home and that's the only way you can get stuff, it worked out for me.
That's awesome. And I wanted to ask too, what led you to do the brunch pitch itself? And is that the first pitch you've ever taken part in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. It was like, oh, my stomach, I'm so nervous. I can't do it. I applied to be a vendor. So a promoter that I did a pop-up for, he was also going to be a judge and he was in charge of getting vendors. So I sent them a message. This is the Harlem pitch. They already had a Brooklyn pitch and I missed it. So I was like, I thought you only take in Harlem businesses. So I said, can I be a vendor? Do you have any more space? He said, yes, but I want you to pitch too.
Okay.
And he said, let me talk to them and find out. So they said, okay, send in your application. They'll accept you. And I got accepted, I was like, oh my God. That was like, I hate speaking in front of people. It's nerve-wracking. And all I did was practice my pitch. I'm washing dishes, practicing. I'm driving my car, practicing. I'm like to my kids and my husband, hey, listen to my pitch. They go, oh my God. So they started mouthing, when you hear something so much, they started mouthing it with me. And I was like, ah, but that was a real boost to my business ego. Because, I'm humbled every time somebody buys my product and they say they like it. And what have you. I still can't believe people really like my stuff. So it's a personal battle with myself. But then doing the pitch, it's validation from 6 people who I don't know that they see something, they see worth in my business and my product. So that was like a boost. It's like, they like me. They really like me. So, and there's another pitch in November that I'm going to be in. They're having a part 2.
Nice.
So
very exciting.
More nerves.
And even when you say like how it was a boost to your confidence as a business, I guess in light of what you just said, what would you advise someone if they see you, they've seen your pitch and they're like, wow, like what she's done with this shea butter is incredible. I want to be an entrepreneur too. What would be your advice to them as they're trying to start out that journey for themselves?
I'd say the only thing stopping you is yourself. I think we can sabotage ourselves before someone else gets the chance to. So if you have an idea, if you have a product, if you have a service that you feel that you can fill a need for someone, do it. Do your research. Find your niche. What can make you stand out? Because, like in the beginning, I was like, shea butter, everybody's making something, and soaps. I make soaps. I make this, that. But there's so many other people and what have you. But then you got to think, when you go to the supermarket, there's a whole aisle of bread, 20, 30 different types of bread.
Yeah, it's true.
So there's a loaf of bread for everybody. Everybody may not like the same thing, but there's a loaf for everybody. So you may have a product, there may be 20, 30 other people, but there's someone who wants your loaf of bread, who you can fill that need for. So do your research, stand out, don't copy other people, and go for it.
Really great advice.
Thank you.
Yeah, just trying to really stay true to yourself, stay in your lane, but also know there's still room for you.
I mean, there's so many, like in 2019, I did the Natural Hair Expo. It was a big expo in New Jersey. It was a 2-day expo. And I had a corner booth. When I got there to set up, another lady came and she had almost the same products that I did right next to me. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So I went to the promoter and I asked her, the booth behind me is empty. Can I switch? It's a corner booth just like mine. Can I switch? I don't want to be the same right next to her. So the promoter said to me, oh, are you not secure about your product that you don't want to be next to her? I said, honey, it's not me, it's her, because I know I'm gonna blow out the water. I don't want her feelings to be hurt. But if you don't, fine. So she didn't want to move me. So I was like, I'm gonna do the thing and I'm gonna do it twice so you can take pictures when you come by the next time. And we blew them out. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I know what I have is good. And I know other people have other things too. But sometimes that could be your hindrance. You feel like competition is a thing. But when you are secure and you're confident that you have a product, you're going to make it. So be confident in what you're doing and you'll make a killing.
That's so great. That's so great. And then also, if you don't mind telling the audience, what do you value the most about having your business today?
I value the fact that I could be at home doing this, that I have the support of my family and friends, that they help me. It's not a one-woman show. Well, it's a one-woman show. I do everything, but they help me. They're behind me. They support me. So that's what I'm proud of, that I have the support of my family and friends. and that people like my product. I think that's something I'm proud of, that I have something that people really like.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, AdriAnne, for sharing your
Thank
journey,
you.
just this incredible products you've made. I'm curious about it too, as someone with a sensitive skin myself.
I have
I'm
to.
out here in Canada, so I don't know if you do the
I've
shipping
never
there,
shipped
but
anything to Canada. So I said that I was going to look into it if I need to. What do I have to do? I've never shipped anything out of the country because I've had people from the islands ask and what have you, but being that shea butter has a low melting point, and then if you're going shipping stuff to other countries, you might have to go to customs or it's hot. I don't think it will travel well. So for that reason, I don't ship, but Canada, I'll try it, see what happens.
yeah, it may work out there.
If you
More
don't
so if
have
you
to,
ship it in winter, at least it won't melt.
but you know what? So text, email. I gotta look on the email, see if I have your address, and I'm gonna test it out. Or email me your address and I'm gonna test it out and see the process. And then you tell me how long it takes to get the product. And if you whatever the condition, and then maybe I'll start shipping to Canada.
Just as a test,
You'll
yeah.
be my test.
Yeah.
You'll be my
I
guinea pig.
appreciate that because you may have a fan out here, and just thinking of all of the African and like the Sally Beauties out here, all of that. I'm sure I know a lot of products I use are definitely based in the States, like Shea Moisture and things like that. So there is a market up here. It's not
Okay.
the same number, but there is a market for sure. We're
Okay.
always trying to find good products. So
Yeah.
no, that's beautiful. Thanks again for sharing your story. And I wanted to give you this chance to also say, where can the audience find you if they themselves are curious about your products? Maybe they're like me, they're in other places and they really want to try. Or even if they're hearing this podcast from the States, I know I have a following in the States actually that listens to this. So where can they find you, connect with you, and potentially get your product as well?
So you can follow me on Instagram at the Shea Buttercream Diva. And that's also my website, the SheaButtercreamDiva.com.
Awesome.
And you'll be able to connect or send me an email, SheaButtercreamDiva@gmail.
Awesome. Thank you so much, AdriAnne. I love the value you shared with our audience today, and just the sweet spirit that you give off as we're talking. And I'm just really excited about your business and where it's going. I'll definitely keep following you myself.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, congratulations on taking part in the pitch as well.
Wish I had crown winner. Maybe I should do that. Winner.
Yes, winner of the Harlem pitch. Thanks.